Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching episode 39 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to episode 39 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 100 samples in my sample collection and my wife has picked one at random. She's poured it into this blue Glencairn glass and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so I'm getting some sort of medicinal like iodine. So it's probably peated. There's some like icing sugar. Definitely some sweetness there. There's, and this is a note I don't think I've ever picked up on whiskey, there's like dry dog food or dry animal feed. When you open up a bag of dried animal food, it gives off like a, I don't know, like a smell, which is like a powdery residue that sort of emanates from the bag when you open it. I'm getting that, whatever that is. Interesting though, I'm struggling to get anything more. Oh, there's possibly some shortbread biscuit there. And there's definitely some vanilla. But yeah, not much more. Let's move on to the palate. Okay, so this is, I'd say this is quite subtle. It's quite inoffensive. I think this definitely isn't a beginner's peated dram. It seems a little bit smoky and a little bit hot, but it's, I'd say it's between 43 and 46% ABV. I'm not sure what the style of peat particularly is because it does seem a little bit muddied on the palate, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's a cross between an Islay and a Highland. But yeah, let's have another sip. Yes, it's quite pleasant. It's quite easy to drink. It's a little bit on the spirity side though. So potentially this is a blend. I think that spirity note could lean itself towards grain alcohol, but I think it's difficult to tell sometimes with peated whiskey if there is a high proportion of malt. But there is a slight spirit note, so potentially it's a young peated whiskey or potentially it is a blend. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, it's not giving away. It's not giving away too much more, and there's a bit of me thinking it could potentially be a non-Scotch. I have had Swedish peated whiskies in my sample collection, and I've even had Irish whiskey. I think potentially it could be in there as well, but I think this one doesn't seem to lead me to believe it's an Irish. I've had a couple of Irish peated whiskies, and this doesn't lead me to believe it's that. It definitely leans more towards a Scotch or a Scotch blend, but yeah, I don't think I could nail it any more than that. And I think it's probably no more than 46% ABV. Shall we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's a Raasay multiple cask maturation. It's 46.4% ABV, and it was sent to me by Tom Jacklin. So thanks, Tom. Yeah, obviously Raasay is an island whiskey, which belongs to the Highlands. It's multiple cask maturation, so I'm assuming it's something like a combination of ex-bourbon, peated, maybe red wine, I don't know, but if I can find out what's in it, I'll put that on the screen so you can know the cask makeup. But other than that, I think it was in the right ballpark, but it's difficult to tell. Obviously, Raasay being a new distillery, of which I've had a few. I've owned one bottle and I've had several drams from Raasay, but it's definitely not a whiskey that I could say I was familiar with at this stage. And because they're doing quite a number of things with a number of different cask profiles, I think, you know, there isn't a particular style that you can nail them down to at this stage, especially obviously if this is away from their standard offering. So yeah, I think that was probably as close as I could have got. If you've had this, let me know in the comments of what you thought of it, and you know, if you like or dislike Raasay in general, let me know your thoughts about this distillery in the comments. It's always interesting. And yeah, I hope you found that interesting, and I'll see you next time. Stauncher.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.